The ego wants to glorify itself, not to tyrannize it. Akhir Zaman, we see so many people with their egos through up to Sidratul Muntaha, and they're glorifying themselves. Allah is allowing that to happen for a split second, correct? You see them glorifying themselves. Ego is thinking, believing itself to be Lord. How it can tyrannize itself. Who has a characteristic that is tyrannizing itself? To be a zalim means to be cruel. Okay, you can be cruel to other people. But to be cruel to your own self, it's very unusual, very strange, very useless thing to do. Correct? If you want to give pain to others. Why you have to give pain to yourself? So many people, they're giving pain to others, they don't give pain to themselves. So many. Of course, the pain will come to them through the effect, but it is not the cause. The cause, the ego is to glorify itself. Pulling here to glorify itself. The pain comes from that. But pulling here, pulling there is not to give pain. It is to glorify. Correct? So, what is it that causes the man, if we take the man out, what kind of a creature is only going to give cruelty to his own self? Which one? Not the nafs. Dunya? Hawa? Shaitan. Shaitan sabotage his own self. Shaitan is knowing he is not the object of, he cannot be praised. But he wants that, but he cannot. And deep down he believes he cannot, but he's trying, he's pushing. Correct? Ego has no problem saying that. In front of Allah he's saying that. You are Lord and I'm Lord. But Shaitan is pushing. Knowing it's not but fighting against the decree of Allah. So the characteristic of Shaitan and the cruelty that he is doing is only to himself. He's using it. This Azazil, he was created in a very high station, and he achieved a high station. And the aim was for him to achieve the highest station that he can achieve, according to him, that Allah has created for him. But he's looking at other people's station. That, as our Shaykh said, if he had bowed down to Adam alayhi salam and accepted Adam alayhi salam as his qibla, as his guide, as his prophet, meaning accepted the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he would have achieved the highest station that is for him. So he sabotaged his own self. He become cruel to his own self knowingly. He knows this is not for him. He's trying. He knows his Lord is not happy, but he's still that stubbornness, that rebelliousness, that shaytanic nature that just wants to destroy itself. Ego doesn't really want to destroy itself. It doesn't. It wants to glorify itself. But shaitan wants to destroy itself. Shaitan, he has despair in his Lord. He is, how you say, angry with his Lord. Okay? Because of mankind. And he knows that his Lord's mercy reaches everywhere. There's nowhere that his Lord's mercy is not reaching. He knows that, but he's rejecting his Lord. He's rejecting. He's kicking away Allah's mercy. Knowingly. Knowing that he is pulling the fire and punishing his own self. Allah is not punishing him. Allah is still sending the mercy. What do I mean by sending the mercy? If now shaitan were to ask Allah for forgiveness, Allah will forgive. During the time of Musa alayhi salam, when Musa alayhi salam, he would go up to the mountain and speak to his Lord. One day, shaitan was there waiting for him. And Musa alayhi salam looked at him very angry, like Jalal saying, "You melun, what do you want here? Get out of my sight." And he says, "Your Lord." He's not saying our Lord. He says, "Musa, your Lord is not just." Hasha. You see? Like the behavior of teenagers, like that. Like the behavior when you are, people say, a hormone, mormon, this, that, where something, a switch happened to you and you just refuse to see anything, you become very nasty. Where the anger reaches you and if the gun is in your hand, you will kill. It is a drunken station. And man is not born drunk. He has to make himself to be drunk. And physically, you cannot be drunk continuously. You cannot. You have to keep on drinking to get drunk continuously. And it even gets less and less. So you have to push it. Everything is telling you, relax. No, that voice has to become louder and louder and louder. Go rest. You have to fight. Shaitan is fighting against Allah's mercy. Still rejecting, still showing more rejecting. So he's saying to Musa, your Lord is not just. Because I did a mistake. Adam made a mistake. Your Lord forgive him, your Lord did not forgive me. And Musa alayhi salam, still going with Shariat, still going with the law and saying it is true, it makes sense. Why Allah is not forgiving him? Adam alayhi salam, he did the mistake. He took and he ate from the forbidden fruit. Don't think it is an apple. It's not an apple, okay? I understand these Christians. If it's an apple, if that's forbidden, why are you still eating it? Why you make apple cider vinegar? It is forbidden to Adam alayhi salam at that time in Jannah. It's completely different. It's not here in this world. As they say, Adam was put here somewhere and they're still looking for Eden, thinking it's in Iraq, it's here in here. It's not. It's in paradise. And that fruit is completely different. It is not because that fruit itself, there's anything wrong with it. But they are forbidden to take from that fruit for that time. So even when there is a law, the law must suit to the place and the time and the people. It is not one law and it fits every time, every people. It's not like that. The pleasures of paradise, it is infinite, it is unknown, and Allah is giving them only one thing that He's saying, don't. Everything else is halal. You cannot even imagine, it cannot fit into your mind what it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created there for the pleasure of mankind. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to Adam alayhi salam, don't even come near to that. They didn't. Adam alayhi salam certainly didn't. But shaitan tricked Hawana to want that. And she persuaded Adam alayhi salam. And going deeper into that, it's not because of that also so much, but it's because of the disobedient nature that is in us who are in Adam alayhi salam at that time, who wanted that. So he did that, and Allah forgave him. Understand, Allah didn't just forgive him just like that too. The heavenly, majestic clothes that they were wearing in paradise, where they were like an emperor and an empress everywhere that they are going, there are thousands of angels all around them, greeting them, praising them. All the heavenly dresses began to fall off and they appear naked. And all the angels ran away from that. This is another thing. Angels will run away when you are not covered properly. That everything else ran away from Adam alayhi salam and Hawana, everything else in paradise, because they say you have done something that is disobedient to Allah. Shaitan tricked them. Shaitan didn't trick them with something that is bad. Shaitan tricked them with something that is good. Shaitan was saying to Hawana, saying, you will die. You are going to be separated unless you eat from that fruit. So their intention also was not to disobey Allah. The action was, the intention was not. They were separated, they were sent into this world, and they're separated. And Adam alayhi salam, he spent 300 years standing on one foot asking Allah for forgiveness, crying for 300 years, asking Allah to forgive him. Continuously, that he was making the angels to stop their work because they were crying with him, that Allah made him become shorter and shorter. Because when he was sent into this world, our heavenly bodies, it was physically, it was enough to touch the first paradises. Then Allah forgave him. How did Allah forgive him? That is another wisdom that is there. Why did Allah forgive him? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't just wait and say, one day I'm going to forgive you. With every door that is closed, with every lock, there is a key. You cannot just open the door. There is a key. And when Adam alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finally for forgiveness through the Holy Prophet's name, by interceding through the Prophet's name, just the name, he had no knowledge of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. But just remembering that when he woke up, when Allah blew that spirit and he saw under the arsh of Allah, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, that the name Allah and the Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, it was together. And it says that is a special one for the sake of that name. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught him the names of everything. With that name, he asked. And Allah forgave him. Adam alayhi salam was crying because he was separated from Allah. Hawa was crying because she was separated from her husband. When shaitan refused to make prostration to Adam alayhi salam, his intention was more. Intention was not good. And he was not asking to come back to Allah. First, he questioned, he challenged Allah's decision. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, make prostration to Adam alayhi salam. He challenged it. Yeah, he said very nice words. Oh, I only make prostration to you. Very nice words. There's so many people today. Nice words they're saying. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kicked him out from divine presence. He didn't come crying to Allah. He didn't beg. He didn't ask. He didn't do anything. He said, okay, you kick me out from your divine presence. Then I'm going to make sure that I can collect as many people from that one, my number one enemy, that one, his grandchildren. I'm going to collect as many of his grandchildren to be with me to go to Jahannam. Okay? And Allah is giving him the power. Allah is giving him the power to even bring so much pain to his prophets. To his prophet Ayub alayhi salam, so much pain. Even to his prophet Yahya alayhi salam. Who was it who told those soldiers looking for Yahya alayhi salam that he's inside that tree? It was shaitan. So he's saying, I made a mistake to Musa alayhi salam, but he didn't forgive me. So Musa alayhi salam thinking, Adam alayhi salam made a mistake, Allah forgive. This one made a mistake, Allah didn't forgive. There is a point there. This is shaitan, this is a ma'loon. But why? I'm not understanding this. He got locked. He went, and Allah saying, Ya Musa, say what is troubling you. He says, it is known to you, Ya Rabbi. Astaghfirullah. He's saying this. I cannot find an answer. And Allah is saying, is that all, Ya Musa? Go back down and say to him, your Lord is most just. Say to shaitan, you want your Lord's forgiveness? Say to him, you know where Adam alayhi salam is buried. Go to his grave. That prostration that you owe him, go there and make one prostration to his grave, and I will forgive him right away. Musa alayhi salam, he came down and he said that to shaitan. Shaitan started laughing. And he says, I didn't make prostration to him when he was alive. Now he wants me to make prostration to his dead bones. And he became more shaitan. That one, is Allah not offering a way out? Is Allah not continuously sending mercy? From that time until Musa alayhi salam's time, who knows how many millions or billions of people that he has taken to be with him to go to Jahannam. The shaitan is the Shaykh of the ego. But he's rejecting Allah's mercy. So how can you be a zalim to yourself when you're rejecting Allah's mercy? When you're rejecting the humanity that Allah has put on you? The forgiveness, the way out. You become more angry, you become more stubborn, you become more arrogant, and you become more envious, more jealous. You see these characteristics in people. Their whole aim of their life, their whole intention, what motivates them, what boosts them, what makes them to get up in the morning and go to sleep, it is this anger. It is this stubbornness. It is his arrogance. It is his envy that is there. No? We see it recently. Nothing but this. You cannot say that one looks happy. You cannot say that one has satisfaction. You cannot say that one. He can go anywhere that he wants, to any tomb, to any prophet. Never are you going to see any peace. There's always anger and stubbornness and jealousy and envy and arrogance. You understand? Everywhere you must see your Shaykh. For some, they lift something up and they see something dirty. For others, when they lift something, they only see their Shaykh there. They're not judging by the dirt. They're not judging by the stone. Definitely they're not judging by the cement. This is your limit, because you have become like that. You only see the dirty and the weakness of the physical nature of Adam alayhi salam. You're not understanding his spirit, shaitan, that you're saying this is mud. This is where you're at. You can only see that, but you don't see the spirit. Why are you playing games? So, you understand people now, where they are. You found peace? Away? No, you didn't find peace. You will never find peace. This is nothing. This is nothing yet. Wait to see what is going to come. Don't blame me. You cannot blame me. You cannot blame anyone. That one cannot even blame Allah. You're doing it to yourself. Don't later say something happens, oh, it's because of this, because of this. You did it to yourself. You didn't do it. No one is going to touch. But there's protection that is lifted away from you now. Wait to see. Come back. Turn your head around. Shaykh Efendi always says what? If you want to wrestle, come to the Maidan. Come to the center and wrestle. Don't wrestle in the corners here. Social media here. Backbiting here. Idioms here. Proverbs here. Sayings here. Hadiths here. No need. You want to wrestle? Come to the center and wrestle like a man. If you want to talk behind, you become a woman, worse than a woman. The challenge is, if you're a man, come to the center. You're never taking that challenge because you're worse than a woman. You're showing your own weakness. And you're going to make mistake upon mistake. Don't take our patience for weakness. We have patience because we fear Allah. We fear His Prophet and we fear our Shaykh. We have patience. We could have struck, but we say don't. But you're pushing it. And you're going to do it to yourself. What is that song, Bayram? Kendin what? Say it again. First, I fear it for me. That's why people who fear, they're going to move carefully. But if you don't fear, you're going to be worse than Wahhabi. What's the difference now? Same thing you're destroying. Same thing you're saying there's nothing there. Be very careful. Time is running out. Do you understand? So, don't be a zalim to yourself. La ilaha illa anta subhana inni kuntum minna zalimin. That ayat is saying that I am being a zalim to myself. Don't think you are not a zalim to yourself. And I am one who does cruelty to my own self. A prophet is saying that. Which means that we are giving ourselves that chance to be cruel to our own selves. We must stop. We must check. What are the actions that we are doing? There is rejecting the mercy of Allah. There is rejecting the intelligence, the faith. There is rejecting the help. Ungratefulness. Shaitan become more and more shaitan because he forgot about everything. Everything he forgot about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like that one, forgot too. Were you not in need and we helped you? Were you not wanting assistance and we held out our hand and we helped you? Did we remind you once? Did we not give from our hearts and from everywhere? When you were in trouble, did we not take you out from that trouble? But man is ungrateful. Hazrat Ali Karamallahu Wajha is saying, if a man taught me one thing, I am his servant for 40 years. What happened? No honor. Just like shaitan. Forget about everything. Whole thing is just to attack. Attack, 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 attack. What are you attacking? That anger. There are other enemies of tariqat and Islam and haqq. Why are you not going busy with them? Be careful. Astaghfirullah lazim wa atubu ilayh. So man is drunk. He becomes drunk. And if he doesn't wake up, the end is going to be very bad. It's coming. May Allah forgive me. We are standing up not for our own haqq. Somebody is saying to me, I'm a donkey. People say to me, I'm a munafiq. People can even say I'm a kafir, I'm a shaitan. People say, not too important. I'm not going to get too upset with that. People say about you, I should do something. I am. But now, we are touching into areas where it is forbidden for them to touch. Once, when the mushrik, they were at war with the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ was already in Medina, and they were thinking, how are we going to hurt him? How are we going to hurt him? How are we going to demoralize him? And one of the mushriks saying to Abu Sufyan, at that time he wasn't yet a Sahabi, is saying, Ya Abu Sufyan, we can take his prophet's graves, this Muhammad ﷺ, we can take the parents, his parents, their graves, and we can destroy it so that it'll sadden him and it'll hurt him. And Abu Sufyan got so upset. He stood up and he says, you, today's language, let's say, you gypsy. You gypsy. You dishonorable person. You ungrateful person. We have never done that before. It is the most dishonorable thing that you can do. We may believe in different things, but we will never touch each other's graves of our ancestors, cursing at that man, threw the man out to a mushrik. MashaAllah. Everyone is going to show their true colors. Bruh, you are showing your true colors already. You're lifting it up and you're seeing that. When we lift that up, we see our Shaykh. He is beyond that. You can put gold there. You think Shaykh Efendi would prefer that? You think he cares about that? What are you going to say now to the chair that he gave to Shaykh Maulana? When Shaykh Maulana came to visit in the early, let's say, 2000s. He took a chair and he gave it to Shaykh Maulana. Shaykh Maulana is sitting and says, Maulana, this chair we picked from garbage. Shaykh Maulana started laughing. But he says, but we will die for you. And Shaykh Maulana says, for the man who says he will die for us, imagine what he's going to do for his Lord. The troublemakers, the fitna people around him that has anger to Shaykh Effendi, jealousy to Shaykh Effendi, they twisted it and they say, you see, he wants to disrespect Shaykh Maulana and he got him a chair from the garbage. This is what they're saying. This is what Abdulkerim was saying, that you are like a garbage person, we give you a chair from garbage. Yeah, look what happened to you now. You understand? So you think Shaykh Effendi is going to get upset? And you know by yourself, why are you playing games? That whole place became a gypsy camp. And you're upset because we cleared your gypsy camp. You were present there, weren't you? So many of you were there with me. We clean up not only Shaykh Effendi's grave, but the whole cemetery. That responsibility was given to you and you failed. Allah is the one who gives power and Allah can take the power. That ayat that we recite every Fajr time. So power is taken. Power is given to someone else. And you know this is temporary anyway. But this temporary, that we're not going to make a show from it. We're going to do something that is, let's say, not israf. There are so many people seeing. Even people who don't like us so much, they're saying, oh, this job you did pretty good. You cannot find anything else and you have to do that. And you know this is just temporary and you've seen the design that we have. Allah, Allah. Everyone has their turn. Everyone has their time. Allah is just. Maybe today is your day. Tomorrow, who knows? Have fear from Allah. Have fear from your Shaykh. Instead of taking something, why don't you put something? If you had taken that away and say, look, they did a terrible job, but you take the rose from your turban and you put in Shaykh and his grave, I say there's a very good move you did. I might go and kiss your hand. But you don't have enough intelligence for that too, because a person who is angry has no intelligence. Cannot think properly. Allah protect us from that. No need to fight. Of course, now there's going to be things on Instagram, Facebook, fitna. This is the field, this is the Maidan, come. But you want to pop, 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 pop like a woman, worse than that, you may continue also. Let the whole world to see that. Because that's all that you can do. It's all that you can do. You know things are closing in. You know that. But you're being stubborn and arrogant. May Allah protect us from that. May Allah put more fear of Him and His Prophet in our hearts. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Al-Fatiha.